Good morning, August 23rd, Saturday, 2026. We're at Joe Pool Lake in my boat slip and preparing to head out for a morning crappie fishing. So stay tuned. All right, good morning. We're got the boat undone and ready to head out of the boat slip. Just to give you a couple of tips on maneuvering here in the boat slip is I bought a knob right here for the steering wheel, and I found that to be really handy to help me navigate these sharp, close spaces in the marina. One more thing, when you're backing out of the marina or when you're navigating in the close, tight spaces, it's best to put your boat in neutral and then turn the steering wheel fully, and then engage the propeller. It makes for a sharper turn in these type places. All right, we're heading out of the marina. It's a no wake zone for a little ways, so you do about 5 miles an hour, and we'll make our way out to the Crappie condo on the far side, on the other side of the peninsula of Estes Park, around the point up there. All right, we're up on plane. We're out of the no wake zone. We're headed out to the condo. Got a few boaters out on the water. It's late August. There's still some people out here tubing and enjoying the water. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty day, although hot, extremely hot. All right, guys, we're up into the cove where my condo is, and just a short little ride, about 3.5 miles from the marina. Got one fisherman back up in the cove a little deeper than I am, fishing the banks up in there. Well, my condo's right in the middle of the channel here, in about 20 foot of water. I'm just waiting for my GPS to locate it, and there it is. So now it's gonna run me over to the condo. We'll be ready to fish here shortly. All right, now you see the condo on the Garmin there, live scope. Looks like it might be a few fish on there. Hopefully we can get them to bite. Anyway, the spot locks got me set on it. We're ready to put a minnow on and give it a try. All right, I got a pole out and a minnow on. See if we can see it on the live scope there. Anyway, we'll see if we can get a bite here shortly. One of the things for some of my equipment, it's a 20-foot sun tracker fishing barge with a 90-horse Mercury on the back of it. And for my live wells, this time of year is really hard to keep those minnows alive. I use the fray bill, and it has I've had to replace the little aerator on it with a small AA aerator because the other one just failed on me. So just a little Velcro on the lid there, and then stick the inexpensive aerator on top of that, and the other aerator runs you about $35. So $7 one's a lot cheaper. Well, guys, I've been here for a few minutes now, and I'm not seeing any bites. Oh, I'm getting a bite right now. Hang on a second. Let me see if I got a bite on. Oh, he was nibbling at it. I guess he was just licking the side of that minnow. But what we're trying to do is entice one of those crappies to take our minnow. And it doesn't look like we're getting any response. So here's what I do whenever they're not biting as quick as I like them to do. I bought this bucket of cattle cubes, they call them. What I do with these is drop them in the water, and they just kind of float down to the bottom, and that'll usually entice the fish to start biting. Okay, I'm dropping them down in there. Uh-oh, something happened to my sonar is not working correctly. Let me look at that. Oh, here it comes around. All right, now you see the pellets starting to drop down in there. See them floating down in there. So let me get another handful of them. See if we can get those fish to start biting. See those pellets dropping down in there? Those cubes, kettle cubes. Just buy a 50-pound bag if you need to at Tractor Supply for like $10. All right, well, I got a fish on. It's probably a small little crappie, but oh, he just got. All right, well, I missed one, lost a minnow, and so I got 2 poles out. I'm giving it a try here in this spot here. If we don't catch that in here pretty soon, we'll move to another one. I'll be back in a minute. Just another tip: when your minnow's dead, just go ahead and throw it out, put another one on, because the fish crappie don't like dead minnows. I usually hook them through the nostril on the top and then the bottom lip, and then just let them. That's pretty small minnow, but anyway, nostril, bottom lip, and then they're good to go. It's just hard to keep them alive in this hot water this time of year. This water temperature right now is like 84 degrees. So if they're dead, you pull them up, you check them. They're not swimming, go ahead and put a fresh one on. Well, as you can see, folks, the tail's missing off of this minnow, so it looks like what we got in the condo this morning is brim. So I'm gonna move to another spot. All right, guys. Finally, I moved to another spot, and looks like it's holding a few crappie this morning. So I'm gonna fish here for a little bit and see if I can catch a few more for supper tonight. Okay, just to give you a reference on where we're at. If you ever fished Joe Pool, then you're probably familiar with this big old tree on the bank here. That tree is sitting on the edge of the water, and out here at this stump right out here is about 20 foot of water. So you see how close we are to the bank. It's a pretty good little drop off that runs along here. So I got my poles sitting in about 20 foot of water, and just as a reference, I was just around that corner in that cove just a few minutes ago, but all we weren't catching anything. It looked like it was just brim on the. But there's the bridge back over in the distance. There's the Cedar Hill Towers over here, so you can kind of get an idea of where that tree stump is that we're using as a reference. So if you're familiar with Joe Pool, I'm sure familiar with this stump. Well, this stump is notorious for getting you hung up, and of course that's what happened to me. Felt like a nice crappie, and got underneath one of those limbs and couldn't get him out. That happens a lot on this stump here. But anyway, I'm gonna be retying. I'll show you what I do to retie. I use these 2/0 Aberdeen hooks from Eagle Claw. You can buy them at Walmart, Academy, anywhere. And what I basically do is put it through the eye of the hook, give me plenty of line, go back through the eye hook again, and then grab the loop end of the string, of the line, put it through your 2 fingers, put it through the loop, over the hook, pull it down, pull it up tight, and there you have a nice tight that won't come undone. It'll break before it comes undone. And I use my teeth to break it off. Anyway, that's how you tie on a crappie hook. And I forgot to mention, I buy these. They're size number 4s. Walmart has them. You can get them anywhere, online, Amazon. But just a small weight. You need a weight to put on it. I usually get they call them split shot weights. Take these, and they're reusable, so they have a little pincher on them. But you take them and you go up about a foot and a half from the hook. You put it in there. You smash that together, and probably have to use a pair of pliers, but you smash that together with a pair of needle nose or whatever kind of pliers you like to use. These are just some needle nose pliers. I use that to also use those to get the hook out of the crappie. Well, I've moved from the stump around to another part of the lake to see if I can find some crappie. Is one of my condos that I put out. Now I'll have some videos in the future for how to make a condo, where to put them out at, and kind of give you an idea of what you need to do to put your own condo out and how to do it. So, but anyway, first, right out of the bat, I dropped my Minnow down, and look what took over my condos. It is a big old bass. Yep, the bass have invaded my condo. So, well, we'll try it a few more minutes, see if we can catch a crappie. But it looks like I need to freshen up this this condo anyway, because it's looking on the sonar here on the live scope. You can barely see it. It's kind of laying flat on the bottom of the water, but it had enough there to attract this big old bass. All right, guys, we're pulling back into the marina. I was going to give you some tips on getting your boat into the boat slip again, and then before you start your turn, release the throttle or put it in neutral, and then start making your turn, and then engage your throttle, and you'll see how that quickly makes that turn for you, and you should be able to get right on into the slip. You see how easy that is? Yeah, it don't always work that easy, but it did today.